Black Supremacy's Nattyisisyah joined the website kingnobleuncensored.com. Now, the white nationalist, neo-Nazi, white supremacist who killed Timothy Kaufman, he actually did black people a favor. He is a black hero. He should go down in history as a black power, pro-black supporter. Now, in his mind and in your mind, you're thinking that, he's a racist, white supremacist. How can I say something like that? But what he did, he took one down. He took one of our own out for the team. Because this is how a lot of you feel. A lot of you hate black poverty. Like, you hate to see, you don't just hate poverty among black people. You hate black people who are in poverty. You hate black people who are not getting down with the system of white supremacy as far as the American dream goes. You hate to see blacks suffer, and you hate to see anything other than blacks wholeheartedly striving to dip their face into the American pie. But when you see Timothy Kaufman, you see somebody who was homeless, searching through the trash. A lot of you was like, whatever. You have your little fake outrage moment when the news hits. You want to pretend to be pro-black. You want to pretend to be altruistic. You want to pretend to have empathy, right? But these people who you hate so much that you got this deep-seated hatred, and I see it. So don't ask me what I'm talking about. All you got to do is go over to King Noble's page. All we got to do is go over to your page and listen to how much you hate black people, right? You hate the true philanthropists. You hate the true altruistic people. You hate the true empathic people, right? So that racist white supremacist terrorist, he did you all a favor, right? Because if he was really going to do what he said he was going to do, he would have killed the black man that was with the white woman that he saw before he killed Timothy Kaufman. But he didn't do that. He knew he's already on his way out. He's already on his way out for self-extinction. And this is what many of you are as well, because you don't want to support your own. You don't want to help your own. You don't want to see your own prosper. You have this love-hate relationship with poverty. This crab, you don't want to be, it's like a crab in a barrel mentality. You want to get out. You don't want to see anybody else out, and you hate everybody else in. Right? So, and you will orchestrate together, you will come together to create a situation where your own people cannot succeed. Right? So, I'm not surprised that the fake outrage has already died down about this brother. All you got to do is listen to some of y'all. You're so African. You talk about being black and being African, but you can't stand to live out in nature, right? And when you do, it becomes such a movement. It becomes such a cliche type of thing. It becomes so superficial, that you can just see the direction it's moving in a minute. You wouldn't go out in the forest unless the trees are gold, unless the river is flowing with milk and honey. A lot of you, you're too bougie. So you all should be celebrating, right? And just to show that you really don't care, there's more outrage over the black girls that are missing, that we all know have been missing. We've been seeing that 64,000 black girls have been missing for a very, very long time. And nobody has had this outrage up until recently, which is very interesting. But also, These black girls, a lot of them, they can become the homeless, right? When you all are making these comments and these statements, talking negatively, just because you think you're bashing a particular brother or a particular sister, you're not realizing how your words come back to bite you in the ass. You're not realizing just how much of a hypocrite you are and how much of a double standard you have, right? And how much you really agree with the sentiments of the white supremacists that killed this brother. The army vet, right, who was trained, who is a specialist to kill this brother. You all are becoming specialists in black hate yourself. So from my perspective and the way I look at it, he did you all a favor. And that's just the facts. So, enough with the fake outrage. If you really care for your people, you wouldn't make statements like you do. You wouldn't take your time out to type the things you do. You wouldn't even have the thoughts. You would correct your thoughts. You would correct your actions. So my condolences definitely go out to this brother. And it's another thing. He gets in. You all make fun of people who are in certain predicaments and in certain situations that you've helped yourself to orchestrate out of your fears, right? Because your fear, you create your own reality. So you create a situation for people to be in that position, right? But what happens is, like this brother, he ends up meeting all the celebrities who a lot of you are striving and killing yourself up to meet. And don't pretend you're not, because when we hear you, all you talking about is celebrity this and celebrity that and how you support this and that celebrity and you shouldn't blame this and that celebrity, right? But you're supposed to be for the people. These celebrities ain't for the people. They're for the camera. 9 times out of 10. But you for them 9 times out of 10, right? But these same people you're looking down on are meeting these celebrities, shaking hands, taking pictures, have them in speed dial. If they have an Obama phone or if they got a phone, celebrities looking out for them. They're not looking out for you, right? So you are really condemning yourself, when you do things like this. And it's a saying that I want to remember is the rich man's wealth is in the city. Anybody who's into real consciousness, like Article Roots consciousness, knows where I'm going with that, but I can't remember the rest of it. But the poor man's wealth I can't remember, but that saying is a deep saying if anybody can type it in, because it exposes the contradiction and the downfall of those who look down on their own brother and sister because of lack of materialism, right? And who helped to put them in those type of situations, because this man was the true wealthy man. He was a true rich man, because not only that, he's the one that's cleaning up your community so you can go out there and stunt. He's the bottle and the can recycler. Many of you are too bougie to even clean up your own neighborhood. And he was down there in the heart of New York City cleaning that shit up. So, the world now is going to be a worser place, because the energy that you put out there is helping to create this. This white supremacist thought it was okay to go and kill a black homeless man because what? Because who cares? His true intentions were exposed. It wasn't because this man was necessarily with a white woman or anything. He passed up a man that he saw in front of him with a white woman. It was because he said, who cares about this black homeless man digging in the trash? So a lot of you need to check yourself as far as this incident goes, because, your energy, and a lot of this energy is coming from some real people who know better, and should be able to do better, at least think better and say better, instead of putting this negative thing, these negative energies out. Because some of you're into the consciousness, selling chakra books and this and that. I mean, I don't know how you all get past dealing with the root chakra, and then you have the nerve to say the things that you say. I don't know how you all get past working with all these crystals and stones, and then you have the nerve to say what you say. It shows that a lot of you really need more help than you are acting as though you are helping. You know, it's like once you get that consciousness and then you find out that you can capitalize off of it, you all just go right back to the matrix. You go right back to the matrix mentality, the white supremacy mentality, and it becomes sickening. It's like you're full of knowledge, but you're full of hate. You're full of spirituality, the information about spirituality, but you don't have none yourself. Join the website www.kingnobleuncensored.com. Subscribe to my page. Subscribe to King Noble's page at Lord Yeshana on YouTube. Donate if you can, and keep watching these videos. Peace.